What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name is Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, it has not been as smooth sailing as everybody would have liked since SAG-AFTRA and the studios made their way back to the negotiating table, and in fact, the latest update coming today was a brand new SAG-AFTRA letter with thousands of members signing, basically saying, we have not come this far to cave now. Now, regardless, there's still a lot of optimism in the industry and on both sides that a resolution can be met before the end of the year. Trust, everybody wants to go back to work. And it was basically in that same sentiment when real recently the director on the Fantastic Four, Matt Shakman, said he was super excited to share the casting, but that he just couldn't yet. Well, that's because there is no cast locked in, and in fact, according to a new casting grid that was just released yesterday, this via one of our most trusted industry insider sources, every role is still in the offer stage. There are a ton of details in here, including names attached to each role and going down the list, the villains as well, and a huge twist for Reed Richards. Apparently, it will not be one of the major names like Matt Smith, Adam Driver, or even Jake Gyllenhaal that we've been talking about over the last 6 to 8 months. We are going to go down all the new details via this brand new casting grid for Marvel's Fantastic Four, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews, to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. The next one is right around the corner. In fact, back-to-back PS5s with Loki's finale and the Marvels. Again, all you gotta do, be a sub, leave a comment on this video if you want, stick around to the end of the video, we'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so as I mentioned moments ago in the prologue, this comes via Daniel Rickman, or Daniel RPK. You can follow him over on Twitter at RPK News. His track record over the last couple of years, especially when it comes to Marvel leaks, has been absolutely impeccable, and this broke via his Patreon earlier today. Quote, so according to a newly released grid from yesterday, that would be October 26th, 2023, no actor has signed onto the project yet. Everything is still in the offers stage, but they added a few new roles. They have the 4 main characters and a current offer for each, and no one will sign on until the end of the actor strike. Sue Storm has been offered to Vanessa Kirby. Johnny Storm has been offered to Joseph Quinn. The Thing has been offered to Eben Moss-Bachrach. And Jake Gyllenhaal had the offer for Reed Richards. However, the grid indicates that Gyllenhaal will pass on the offer and they will offer it to a person of color next. Now that is super interesting for a couple of reasons. Number one, we've really only heard 3 names, and primarily 2 over the last 4 to 6 months. Matt Smith, Adam Driver, and then real recently Jake Gyllenhaal, but a lot of us in the industry, when we heard that rumor, sort of questioned it. It's very interesting to hear now that the offer was officially given to him. I don't know how Marvel would have tried to reconcile the fact that he already played Mysterio, but even if they could have everyone buy in and look past that, we have not heard any other names in for quite some time tied to this role. However, if you go back through the litany of actors that have been tied to Reed Richards over, say, the last year and a half, there is one name in particular that would fit the bill for what Marvel's looking to do next, and that would be none other than Dev Patel, who, according to a couple of sources, was in the actual running for the role, and I actually love this over the previous 3 names. I think Matt Smith would have done a good job. I never saw Adam Driver as Reed Richards, though, and really would have had to try hard to buy into Matt Smith, and I did not want Jake Gyllenhaal to be Reed Richards. I think he would have done great as that role, but there are too many people on Earth. You do not need to cast the guy who played Mysterio in less than a half decade ago to come out and play Reed Richards in the new Fantastic Four film. I actually would have hated that. So, number one, I'm super stoked to hear this, and my fingers crossed that it's actually Dev Patel. And number 2, I'm very glad that Jake Gyllenhaal is passing on Reed Richards. It just wouldn't have worked. Now, he goes on to say that there are 2 main villains for the Fantastic Four. One is male, Latino, 40s to 60s, and the current offer is to Antonio Banderas, and as we've been talking about for the last 2 or 3 months, that role is believed to be the role of Galactus. There's then a female villain believed to be the Herald of Galactus, 20s to 30s. And if you watched our video from just days ago, we definitely talked about that in length, according to one industry insider, My Time to Shine Hello, who said the Herald would be female, and based on the Heralds from the comics, we basically know who that is. We did a full video covering Frankie Ray or Nova just days ago. I'll make sure to link it down below or at the end of this to explain who that Herald is, but most likely that's who this new update to the casting grid is. Now there is some more updates on here. 2 roles, first of which, a new female role, doesn't say who, it's a supporting role, 20s to 40s. The next one is a male role, 30s to 60s. It'll be a cameo, but the grid says he'll go on to play a bigger role in future projects. So basically, this may be the reveal for, you know, that post-credit scene where a character shows up and then shows up somewhere down the road. And we can spend some time thinking about who that cameo may be, but there are too many question marks right now about which universe that film is in, let alone what time it's set in, to start trying to guess who the cameo would be for future roles down the road. There's just too many Marvel characters in the Marvel universe, but we're going to spend some time and try to figure it out. In the meantime, guys, I am totally cool with who is getting these offers. I did not want it to be some of the initial actors that got them. Margot Robbie would have done a great job. Adam Driver is just not Reed Richards to me. Matt Smith would have been a reach, and Jake Gyllenhaal wasn't it. My fingers are crossed for Dev Patel, and for Reed Richards, honestly, I think John Krasinski set the bar already for the demeanor, the tone, the take. It's so curious to me why they wouldn't have John Krasinski back, because I think he nailed that role. But hey, you guys let me know down in the comments who you want to see as Reed Richards. I am all ear, and now that it sort of sounds like it's up in the air and past some of these bigger names that have passed on it, I think really we have a shot of getting someone who's a really fresh take on Reed Richards, and I think that's maybe the best we could hope for. Let me know all your thoughts down below quickly. Let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. All right, we are still giving away PlayStation 5s at the channel, and in fact, we've got back-to-back giveaways coming up in just a couple of weeks with the Marvel's release and Loki's finale. If you want to be entered to win, it's super simple, and all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below. Because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you liked today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at I'mFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, wherever you listen to original music under the name Allfires. And while I would sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, huge thank you to those of you who already have and supported me. Thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.